Welcome back, everybody. As you probably guessed from the title of the video, we are doing a quick update video here on the status of the channel, and then some things that will change going forward, and it should all make sense if I actually tell the story correctly here. So let's get into it. So basically, if you guys are watching this, my suspension from YouTube has been removed. So why was I suspended in the first place? So backing on up, last month YouTube changed their creator guidelines, but for folks who create firearms content, the actual written text of the creator guidelines or community guidelines, depending on where you read it, actually hasn't changed at all. But beginning last week, they started enforcing the new guidelines, and basically the last sentence as to what you see here in the community guidelines is kind of the big one, and they started to change how they're interpreting what firearms content is appropriate here. I do actually have a representative at YouTube who actually answers my questions. So I've been in contact with them since the beginning when my channel was suspended over a week ago. So what happened? Basically, the first video that got hit was the Magpul D50 video, which is made for CZ Scorpions. And basically that channel got one strike, but for two different things that could have individually been strikes. I'm going to try to explain this to you guys so that way you know what to expect coming in the future. So basically, because the magazine was greater than 30 rounds and the fact that I put the magazine into the firearm during the video, either one of those could have gotten a strike, and that got me a strike. And then next up, the next video to get a strike was the Whip Machine Mod 1 silencer. And they said because I threaded it onto the firearm in the video, if you guys watch my silencer videos, you know I do decibel testing, so shoot it with and then without. And the fact that I threaded it on apparently got me a strike, and they're saying that that is modifying a firearm. So after talking to my YouTube rep, basically the things that we can't do going forward, and I got more strikes, we'll get into that here in a second. But things we can't do. We can't use magazines, or rather insert magazines of greater than 30 rounds into a firearm, or it will get a strike and the video will be removed. So because of that, I do a lot of my filming ahead of time. So a lot of my videos, probably right now, I probably have 15 or 20 videos that are completely done and just need editing, and you guys will see them over the next few months. So you guys are going to see some stuff like edited out, and that is why, simply because I have to go by YouTube's rules if I'm going to be on YouTube, right? It's sort of how it works. But the way YouTube says, at least in their community guidelines, that we can't do, or the thing it says we can't do rather, is it says we can't use homemade silencers. So none of my silencers are homemade. Obviously I have all the licenses, went through all the paperwork with the ATF and all types of US laws, but they said it's still a violation. So there is that. Additionally, my Resilient Suppressors RS9 video has been removed. That one I did not get a strike for, but it got removed for whatever reason. I'm assuming it's because I threaded it onto a pistol barrel, and that one's gone, so it's not on YouTube anymore. Then additionally, we got strikes for the Century AP5 video, which is an MP5 clone. And going through it, what I saw that they're saying I did in terms of modification of the weapon was just adding accessories to it, as well as inserting a 30-round magazine. They said both of those things can get you a strike, so they gave me a strike, and another one, which is suspended me. And then additionally, I got another strike for a Bowers Group Verse 375 can, and again, it was because I threaded it onto a barrel, which again they say is either one of two things: is modifying the firearm and or using a homemade silencer. Of course, Bowers Group has been in business for like 40 years, and it's absolutely not homemade, but that's what I got strikes for. So the interesting thing is that I have several strikes against my channel right now, but they counted a couple of them as a community strike, which I didn't even know that was a thing until talking to my YouTube rep, meaning that they're grouping the Bowers Group as well as the AP5 strike into one strike, which is why you guys are watching this video right now. If that wasn't the case, I wouldn't be able to put this up. So I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. The folks at YouTube tell me it's a good sign. It doesn't feel like a good sign to me because my videos are getting taken down, but it is what it is. So going forward, things that we can't show, from what I've been told: cannot insert a magazine, a standard capacity magazine, into a firearm. From what I understand, low capacity magazines inserting is okay, but who knows, that may change. Can't modify anything. And what they mean by modifying, according to the folks I've spoken with at YouTube, is installing anything. So installing a light, installing a handguard, installing an optic, installing a silencer, anything that you're actually putting on a firearm or into a firearm, they said you cannot do. If you show it, the video will get removed. You will get a strike. And then the strike system, for folks that don't work, there's 3 strikes. And basically, I have a strike right now, or several strikes, up until, as of when I'm recording this anyway, I've been told it's through April. And if I get additional strikes, at some point the channel will get deleted. 3 strikes is when they say it's deleted, but from what I understand from talking to these folks, and everything's kind of confusing to me, and I do this, you know, as part of my job. But from what I've been told is, again, right now they've been grouped together, so I don't technically have 3 strikes, even though I've gotten 4. So whatever that's worth, just know that going forward. And how that's going to impact things going forward is that you are going to see some things blurred out, some things are going to be edited a little bit choppier than what I would naturally do, just to avoid this. And I've been told by the folks at YouTube essentially that it's not so much because of US law, because obviously everything I do here is within United States law, but it's that, you know, YouTube is a global platform, and they have to go with what advertisers from around the world think. So there is that. I will leave that there for you guys to comment on down below. I'm looking forward to your comments. So again, we talked about going forward, my content will be a little bit different. All the videos that have been removed are over on my Rumble channel. It's just rumble.com/MrGunsGear. You can go over there and check it out. Additionally, guys, I'm gonna hammer this home. I highly, highly, highly recommend that you subscribe for my emails, to both of my emails rather, if you want to see my content going forward, and do so with a non-Gmail account on both of them. The MrGunsGear.com email is just, again, it goes out every month. It has all of my videos since the last email went out. And on that note, while I've been suspended, of course, the brace ruling has gone up, and I made a video about that over on Rumble. That has been sent out to everybody who is, you know, subscribed to my email. So that's the best way just to always get my content, so that way I can go from me to you without a big tech giant censoring your eyes from my content. And then of course my daily deals email, that video was also included in there just because of the special circumstances, but typically, again, that is a deals oriented email. Regardless, if you're signed up for both and doing so with a non-Gmail email, you definitely should see my content without any type of interruption, which in the ever-changing landscape of YouTube, you never know how it's going to change. So again, recommend you sign up for both of those for sure. And then you can follow me on all of the various social medias that I do post. The best ones in terms of the lack of censorship lately have been Telegram. Without question, it's the best. There's nothing else that comes close. Just be wary of the comment section. It gets a little crazy in there. Twitter, Parler, as well as Gab, Minds, Locals, MeWe. I post on all of those all the time. So if you're following me in all those different places, you should see my content uninterrupted. If you guys are trying to follow me on Instagram or Facebook, i.e. the Zuckerberg platforms, I've been deleted multiple times with multiple accounts on all of those platforms for no apparent reason at all. And if you guys want to follow me there, the current ones are down below here on your screen. And that's all I got for you right now. Again, as when I'm filming this, SHOT Show is going on. I don't do SHOT Show, but I have some cool stuff that is new for SHOT Show. You guys should see that, provided I don't get any more strikes in the next day or two, rolling out with some of the new content that I actually have in that folks sent out ahead of time. So you guys should see that going forward. And that's pretty much it. That's how I got suspended. That's why I haven't had any content up. And that's the plan going forward. All right. Thanks, everybody. I truly appreciate it. I look forward to seeing everybody in the next video.